Yes, welcome to Roscommon Park. It's glorious afternoon here in Kildare. Hurling have made a wonderful start to their league campaign, and their victory today could potentially put them within very close distance of winning their league and winning promotion of the league.
Screw up my phone.
The change of structures means that there is no league final, which is going to finish the top of the league at the end of it, is declared as the winner.
Hello everybody and welcome to Hyde Park in Roscommon for this Allianz Division 2B hurling game between Roscommon and Kildare. The two teams have experienced contrasting fortunes to date, with Roscommon losing out to Donegal and Mayo, whereas Kildare have amassed an enormous aggregate score of 946 in their wins over Donegal and Derry respectively. There's glorious sunshine here in Hyde Park. The sun is beaming down on the two teams. Perfect conditions for hurling. Slight breeze going from right to left, from the hospital end to our right, down towards the town end to the left. So Roscommon manager Johnny Kane has rung the changes. He's made 5 switches from the team that lost to Mayo here 3 weeks ago. In comes Shane Nocton at centre half back, the Pádraig Pearse's player. Dual footballer and hurler Angus Lyons of League comes in at midfield. Captain Jason Kilkenny has been recovered from injury and he takes his place at centre forward. Conall Kennelly impressed when brought on against Mayo and he starts at left half forward, and Matthew Comerford of the county champions this season at centre half forward, and he has struck an impressive 3 goals and 4 points against Derry the last time out. So Johnny Byrne joining David Slattery in retirement from the football, together with former All-Star Peter Kelly. So big losses to the Kildare footballers, but big gains to David Herrity's hurling team. So we'll just give you the line-outs. First, the visitors. In goals, Paddy McKenna from Clane, right full back. Cathal Dervian from Leixlip. Rian Boran is full back, one of 8 Naas players. Left full back, another Naas player is Simon Lacey. Kevin Whelan is right half back from Naas. Centre back, Declan Flaherty, back in the fold this season from Quaildove. And left half back is Sean Christensen of Clane. Middle of the field is Kevin Ahern of Naas, joined by the experienced Paul Dively of Confey. Right half forward Shane Ryan of Naas. Centre forward Johnny Byrne, Quaildove. Left half forward James Burke of Naas. Top of the right, Brian Byrne, captain of Kildare for their 2 Christy Ring Cup wins in 2018 and 20. He's top of the right, the Naas man. Full forward is Jack Sheridan from the Naas, and top of the left, as the aforementioned former county footballer David Slattery of Confey. The Roscommon team lines out with Enda Lawless in goals from Mealy Gaircourt. Right full back Paul Dolan from Pádraig Pearse's. Full back Darren Fallon, 4 Roads. Left full back Sean Trundle of 4 Roads also. Right half back Owen Costello of the Pearses. Centre back Shane Nocton, Pádraig Pearse's, and left half back Peter Callaghan of Tremaine. Middle of the field is Ben Gahan of League, joined by Angus Lyons, his clubmate. Right half forward Conor Mullery starts at right number 10 from 4 Roads. Centre forward Jason Kilkenny of Kiltormer in Galway, playing under the parentage rule, son of the former Galway All-Ireland winning player Ollie Kilkenny. And left half forward Conall Kennelly of St Dominic's. Top of the right, Cathal Kenny of Orden. Full forward Cathal Dolan, on whom Roscommon will rely for the day weekend in Roscommon. The two teams joined in their huddles, and big performance needed for Roscommon. They have a big challenge today against this Kildare team, who have scored 946 in their 2 games, which is an incredible scoreline, and 429 against Donegal, and 517 against Derry. So we'll have our national anthem in a moment, and then we'll have the match. The scene is set here in Hyde Park. No roar from the crowd, but tomorrow, thankfully, supporters will be allowed back into football matches and hurling matches, up to 100 supporters, which is great news for fans all over the country. And welcome to all our viewers here in Roscommon and also the viewers in Kildare watching this game, and everybody else across Ireland or wherever you're watching this game on Roscommon GA YouTube channel. So it looks like Roscommon are going to play from left to right in the first half. In the middle of the field there, you have the two midfielders, Angus Lyons and Ben McGahan, club mates with that league, up against Paul Dively, and straight away a change on the Kildare team. Brian Byrne has gone out to the middle of the field, wearing number 13, named the right full forward. So Kevin Ahern has switched with his captain. So here we go, Kildare on the attack straight away. It's Brian Byrne with possession, looking for support with James Burke, but Roscommon dispossessed with Owen Costello. Great play by the Pierce's man wearing the red helmet. Here comes Owen Costello out to this side of the field. Conor Mulry takes it in front of his marker. Kevin Whelan plays a nice ball into the full forward line, looking for Cathal Dolan out in front of his marker. Has to get it the second attempt. He has it, turns over to his left hand side, takes a shot, looks at the post, and it's high, and that's a great start for the Roscommon team. A brilliant score there, 28 seconds on the clock, and Cathal Dolan has put Roscommon into the lead. Brilliant play in the middle of the field by Owen Costello and Conor Mulry, setting up the Four Roads man to open the score, and a great start for the Roscommon, just as they needed. Here's Kildare on the attack now. It's Paul Dively with the shot off his left, and that's a tremendous response there from Paul Dively, the Confey man, sending it straight over the bar. Just a minute gone in the game, and already we have 2 points on the board. One to Roscommon, one to Kildare. Short puck out from Enda Lawless. Paul Dolan, the Barry Pierce's man, gets it inside to his midfielder, Angus Lyons. Gets it the second attempt. Owen Costello now trying to burst past his marker. Foul there by David Slattery. Free to Roscommon. A good start, positive start by the Roscommon men. And it's a free just outside the 45-metre line, stand side of the field, a few metres in from the sideline, just in front of us here. It's well taken there by Shane Nocton. Shane is looking for Dolan, batted down by Roinn Borian. Gets it to Paul Dively. This is Kildare now on the attack with Johnny Byrne. Here's Johnny. Alan Wood and Kyle Dove. 3-4 the last day. Offloads it. Chance for James Burke to put Kildare in the lead, and he sends it to the right and he sends it wide. So a first wide of the game for Kildare, but Johnny Byrne linking up there with James Burke very, very well. A chance for the Naas man just went to the right of the post and wide. So Enda Lawless, puck out for Roscommon, wearing the red helmet, all blue. Lands it on the Kildare 45-metre line. Underneath it there is Declan Flaherty. What a great catch by the Kyle Dove man. And he uses his footballing skills to drive that ball out towards the sideline. Very good play there by Declan Flaherty. Pulled on well there by Johnny Burden. Gets it inside to Paul Dively, looking to repeat what he did a few moments ago, and that's excellent by Paul Dively. What a great score by the Confey man. 2 brilliant scores by Paul Dively in the opening stages of this game to put Kildare into the lead. But look at the catch and the kick from Declan Flaherty to set up that score. So the puck out once more by the goalkeeper out to the far side of the field. It's Sean Trundle wearing the distinctive pink boots. Here comes Roscommon. A chance for Cathal Kenny, the Pierce's man, from way out, and that's gone to the right of Paddy McKenna's post and wide. So we have almost 3 minutes played here in Hyde Park. It's Kildare on the attack with Johnny Byrne. Plays the ball into the forward line. It's broken down. There's a chance of a goal here, maybe. This is Shane Ryan past the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper came out. The referee said fair challenge. Cleared by Shane Nocton, and Roscommon breathe a sigh of relief as they come looking for an equaliser now with Cathal Kenny taking that pass from Conor Mulry. Cathal with the shot, and Cathal sends it over the bar. A great score there by Cathal Kenny, and it could have been a goal at one end. It's ended up a point at the other, and it's a sort of challenge there by the goalkeeper that you would need VAR to adjudicate on, but you have to give credit to the referee. He gave the benefit of the doubt to the goalkeeper. We don't have the benefit of replay to see exactly what happened there, but Shane Ryan went through. He went past the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper made a commitment to come, and the danger was averted. So we have a change, have we, on the Roscommon team. Just look there, Sean Trundle is coming out onto the touchline. He's holding his hamstring, and already we have a substitute coming in for Roscommon. So Sean Trundle has gone off, and we have Donald Kelly of Four Roads getting ready to come into the field of play. So disappointing for Sean Trundle. Just under 4 minutes gone in the game. 2 points to Roscommon, 2 points to Kildare, and a sub on, and that is Donald Kelly. Donald Kelly for Sean Trundle. Sean, just 19, played for Roscommon under 70s. They won the Celtic Challenge a few years ago. also a rugby player with Craigs and footballer with St. Bridget's, but we follow the play with Kildare in the middle of the field. As a scramble and a tussle for possession. Declan Flaherty has the ball in his hands, gets it out to Sean Christensen. He drives it in to the inside line, looking for Jack Sheridan. Jack goes to ground. This is the fullback now, Darren Fallon. Darren can't get it at first attempt. There's a scramble over the far side of the field. What's going to happen? What's going to ensue? Who's going to emerge with it? There's a scrum there. Referee, is he going to call a stalemate? Kildare have it now, and they come forward with possession. The man goes to ground under pressure from Darren Fallon. Roscommon get it back with Pete Keelahan crossing the 20-metre line. Pete being held. Referee allows play to continue, but he drives that very well off his left side, but only as far as the Kildare man. Here we come with Paul Divley. Lovely piece of skill by Paul Divley to get it to Johnny Byrne. Johnny tries to offload it quickly, but Roscommon intercept it, and Shane gets it out to Conor Mulry, and Conor with the chance to put Roscommon into the lead, and that tails to the right and wide. A second wide for Roscommon in this match. It's helter-skelter in the opening stages. It's 5 minutes gone in Dr. Hyde Park. It's Paddy McKenna with the puck out. It's a good long puck out towards the right full forward position. That's a brilliant catch out there. James Burke bearing down on goal, gets it inside, looking for Jack Sheridan. He can't reach it, and that just goes out of play and wide. But again, brilliant take there by James Burke, showing all his power and strength in the air to take that puck out from Paddy McKenna. Way out, almost landed on the 20-metre line, the Roscommon 20-metre line. A massive puck out from Paddy McKenna. So Paddy McKenna, the Clane goalkeeper, just missed out on the Christy Ring final last year, but had an able replacement in Mark Doyle, also from Clane. But Paddy was on the team that won the Christy Ring Cup in 2018. So here's Enda Lawless, Mealy Gaircourt and Roscommon out towards this side of the field, batted down. Chance for now for Connell Kennelly, the Dominic's man. St. Dominic's just out the road in a crockery. The ball still in play. Sean Christensen was going to let it trickle out for a line ball, but it didn't go out. Gets it there to Carl Dervin. Dervin out to Brian Byrne from way out the field. Has a go. Eyes up the target. And that's drifting to the right of the post and wide. A third wide for Kildare in this game. Roscommon will be happy with the opening stages and their performance so far with 6.5 minutes gone in the game. It's Kildare 2 points, Roscommon 2 points. It's been even Stevens in all sectors, and Enda Lawless looks to find his man, but it's intercepted there by the Kildare men, and it almost gets to James Burke. He collects it the second time, but Pete Keelahan picks his pocket. Pete coming out with it now. Very good play by Pete, vastly experienced player, has excelled for Roscommon over numerous years. Here comes the ball into the corner forward position, looking for Matthew Comerford. His first chance off his left. He turns over the shoulder, the ball is hanging, and it's tailing wide. So another wide for Roscommon, 3 wides to Roscommon, 3 wides to Kildare. Paddy McKenna with the puck out, finds his man, but he loses it. Roscommon have it with Shane Nocton. He sends it back with interest. A very good looking hit by Shane Nocton, but again that tails to the right and wide. A 4th wide for Roscommon. We have here in Hyde Park, 7 minutes gone. Kildare 2 points, Roscommon 2 points. Played down this side of the field, looking for Johnny Byrne. Owen Costello is out there in front of him. Owen Costello, Pádraig Pearce's player, down on his hands and knees. The referee having a good look at this as Paul Divley stands over him. The ball may not emerge from this ruck, but it does with Shane Ryan. Shane well blocked down there by the Roscommon men, and Shane Ryan. Ball played up towards Carl Dolan. Carl goes to ground. Angus Lyons, the player, made the block. Still Carl Dolan foraging for possession on the floor. The ball breaks out towards Declan Flaherty, and he picks it up first time. The Kyle Dove man gets a neat ball out to the middle of the field. Here comes James Burke, plays it into the inside line, looking for the corner forward. That's David Slattery, turns his man very, very well. Still Slattery, the Confi man, has a shot, and that is gone to the left and wide. So good pressure from the newcomer on the Roscommon team, Donald Kelly, held up David Slattery, where it looked for a moment he was going to go around the outside of Donald Kelly, show him a clean pair of heels and bear down on goal, but he was well held up by the newcomer. So it stays Roscommon 2 points, Kildare 2 points here at Dr. Hyde Park in Roscommon. The short puck out by the goalkeeper out to this side of the field to Paul Dolan, joint captain of last year's club champions Pádraig Pearce's, plays it inside, but it's Conor Mulry is beaten by Carl Dervin. It's Kildare now with possession, but their right full forward Brian Byrne gets it into the middle for James Burke with a shot, and James Burke sends it straight and over the bar. A great score there by James Burke, his first score of the game. Prolific scorer James Burke, and the Nace man opens his account here at Hyde Park. So 3 points to Kildare, 2 points to Roscommon. If you've just joined us here at Hyde Park in Roscommon, sun-drenched county town in Roscommon, and the puck out is taken by Enda Lawless, a short one. Gets it here to the newcomer. This is Angus Lyons now. Angus, footballer for Roscommon as well as hurler. He's well hooked by Kevin Ahern. Kildare have possession. It's driven into the forward line, looking for Slattery. He can't get to it. It lands nicely for Shane Nocton. So Shane sends it up this side of the field to Cathal Dolan. Roscommon's danger man. He gets past Ryan Borean, but he loses possession. The ball is there for Jason Kilkenny, but it comes back now to the midfielder, and that's a great score by Ben McGahan. Roscommon equalised, Ben McGahan with the score, and Ben had a massive game at league in last year's Roscommon County Senior Hurling Final, which was won by Pádraig Pearses after extra time. A tremendous game. Ben scored 14 points for that league on that occasion, and he's taken a blow to the head for his troubles while pucking that ball straight over Paddy McKenna's crossbar. So it's 3 points to Roscommon, 3 points to Kildare here in Hyde Park, and we have 10 minutes gone. A very enjoyable, entertaining opening 10 minutes in this National Hurling League Division 2B game. A vital game for Roscommon to put in a good performance, to atone for the defeat to Donegal and the performance against Mayo. They'll be disappointed with the second half performance against Mayo. They played really well in the first half, but the second half Mayo got the upper hand. But Kildare coming into this game as massive favourites after big wins over Donegal, 4-29 against Donegal, 5-17 against Derry. So massive scores put up by the Lily-Whites as they come on the attack once more. The ball played out towards Kevin Ahern, but that's too far, and it's going to be a line ball to Roscommon, sideline cut. Shane Nocton going out to take it. So Shane, blue helmet, runs M6 Motors in Ballinasloe with his brother Alan. Does Shane Nocton, and instrumental in the county final victory for his team last year. He was outstanding at centre back. That's a very good sideline cut by Shane Nocton, way up the field, won by the Roscommon men. But its possession is lost and done. This is Kildare with possession once more, played in towards this side of the field, and it's David Slattery getting it at the third attempt, well flicked up by David Slattery to Brian Byrne. Brian plays a low daisy cutter to James Burke. James Burke trying to get past Conall Kennelly and Angus Lyons. He does so, gets the ball out towards Sean Christensen now. This is the Nace man, Sean Christensen, offloads it nicely. A chance of a score here for the Kildare, or maybe even a goal. They come through, a chance of a shot on the 20-metre line, and it's tailing to the right and wide, and really there was a point for the taking. The goal was there also, but it just tailed to the right of Kildare, and Paul Dively, the man that had the effort. So this is 3 points to Kildare, 3 points to Roscommon in the opening stages here at Hyde Park. We have 12 minutes gone, and it's Enda Lawless with the puck out. Roscommon played with the aid of whatever breeze is in it out towards the far side. If he's looking for Matthew Comerford, he can't get it. It's going to be a line ball for the Kildare men just outside the 45-metre line. And the right half back, Kevin Whelan, is going to take it. So Kevin of county champions Nace, county champions of 2019 and yet to play the 2020 final. Maybe in July they'll get an opportunity to defend their title against Confi. So here comes Kevin with the sideline cut. It's a good one. Looking for Jack Sheridan, but it eludes him. Comes to Owen Costello. Owen can't get it into his grasp. The ball breaks inside to David Slattery. David turning his mark with Shane Nocton. He's bearing down. A chance of a goal now for Slattery. A kick and a well saved by the goalkeeper. And Slattery there showing all his football prowess as well as he bore down on goal. He had the shot, but the goalkeeper from Meelick Aircourt was well able to bat it away, and Roscommon get the ball clear, and it's out over the far side of the field. It's going to be a sideline cut to Roscommon just inside their own 65-metre line, but credit to Enda Lawless there for being alert and to save that shot from David Slattery. So good effort there by Slattery, and Lawless able for 13 minutes gone now in the first half in Hyde Park. It's Roscommon 3 points. It's Kildare 3 points. Glorious sunshine here. The sideline cut is played up towards the full forward line, but it's well taken again by Flaherty. Good pair of hands this man has. Back to Paddy McKenna. Paddy, the man in black, gets it inside to Simon Lacey. Lacey back to Flaherty. Going for the big, long, booming clearance way up field. Looking for Slattery. He's inside. Slattery this time finds the back of the net. And David Slattery has scored the goal. It all came from a long ball in from Declan Flaherty, and David Slattery got inside his marker and he slipped it nicely to the left of the goalkeeper into the bottom left-hand corner, and that's a goal for Kildare. 1-3 now for Kildare, 3 points to Roscommon, 40 minutes played, so the Mo Giroux, the long ball from the back from Flaherty, opened up the Roscommon defence, and Roscommon now looking for a response. The ball is played in towards the full back line. Rian Bourne is there, the Naceman, slips his marker very, very well, comes out with it, gets it to Simon Lacey. This is still Kildare, the far side of the field. Nice run up the field by Lacey once more to take the overlapping ball, and Lacey clips it into the centre looking for Jack Sheridan. Kildare really flowing now, and Sheridan takes a shot, and that's beautiful hurling from the Kildare men, and that's sent over the bar by Jack Sheridan. All came from Simon Lacey's effort in the right full back position. He played the 1-2, went on the overlap, played it long up towards Jack Sheridan. Sheridan went into the air, gracefully taking it down, looked at the post and split the post to put Kildare 1-4 now to Roscommon, 3 points into the lead. So a big blow for Roscommon in those last 2 minutes as we approach the 15-minute mark. We'll soon have the water break here in Hyde Park, and Jack Sheridan with the point, David Slattery with the goal. So it's Roscommon 3 points, Kildare 1-4, and Roscommon have a player down injured and receiving attention. So we just wait for referee Kevin Brady to see if the Roscommon player is okay to continue. It's Pete Keelan. I see the yellow helmet on the ground, so it's Pete that's down injured, and Roscommon won't want to lose a player of Pete's ability, skill, experience and his leadership qualities. He's really been a talisman for Roscommon over the last few years, and Roscommon will hope that Pete will be okay to continue. We see the yellow helmet going on. That's a good sign. He's not going to join Sean Trundle on the bench. Sean looked like he pulled a muscle in his leg early in the game, so Enda Lawless could do nothing about that goal, and he plays the puck out short to Pete Keelan, and that's a wayward ball. Is it going to stay in? It just doesn't. It goes out, and that's Darren Fallon just couldn't get to that pass there from Pete Keelan, so it's Roscommon putting themselves under unnecessary pressure with that short puck out, and it's going to be a sideline cut for Kildare, and going out to take it is Jack Sheridan. Jack, 13 metres, just over 14 metres out from the Roscommon goal, terrace side of the field. Kildare playing into the town end. They lead by 1-4 to 3 points in the first half, and Jack Sheridan, the man that got the last score, he's taking his time over the sideline cut. He's eyeing up the target. Will he try and play it back out the field, or will he work it over the bar? Here we come. Jack Sheridan. It's a great puck. And what a score there from Jack Sheridan. That is a score of the highest quality from a sideline cut by Jack Sheridan. And there we have the water break. And Kevin Brady, the County Loud referee, has blown the whistle for the water break. We'll stop the watch on 16 minutes and 35 seconds. So it's 1-5 to Roscommon, 1-5 to Kildare, 3 points to Roscommon. And those last 3 or 4 minutes, Kildare have really upped the ante with the goal by David Slattery and 2 points from Jack Sheridan. Roscommon had started off very well with a point by Carl Dolan. Paul Dively got 2 for Kildare then to put Kildare into the lead. Then Carl Kenny equalised. Kildare got a point then from James Burke. And Ben McGahan equalised for Roscommon. But then just before the water break, 3 or 4 minutes before the water break, Kildare got the vital goal, puck out from Paddy McKenna, out as far as Declan Flaherty. And Declan Flaherty just boomed a high, long dropping ball in around the 20-metre line. Great catch by David Slattery, rounded his marker, and he slipped it beautifully beyond the reach of Enda Lawless in the Roscommon goal. Then Jack Sheridan has come into the game with 2 points, a fine point from play, and then that sideline cut just a few moments ago to put Kildare 1-5 to 3 points in the lead. So these two teams well acquainted with each other. Johnny Keane beating out the orders to his team down there, and David Herity down to our right. So Kildare and Roscommon have met for the last 2 seasons in the Christie Ring Cup. Kildare winning comprehensively last November in Newbridge, and Roscommon creating an upset 2 years ago in that league by beating Kildare by 2 points, having lost comprehensively to Kildare in 2018. So a lot of these players also have met back in 2012 and 2014 in All-Ireland Under-21B finals. We have a few of the Roscommon players that played in 12 when Roscommon won, and in 14 when they lost. Darren Fallon, you have Shane Nocton, Pete Keelahan, Cathal Dolan, all survivors from that era, Cathal Kenny. And of course Kildare have Jerry Keegan on the bench. Jerry was instrumental in those matches as well. So here we come, puck out from Enda Lawless, from the edge of the small parallelogram, gets it outside to Pete Keelan in the left half back position, gets past his marker, slips it out towards Paul Dolan. The ball goes to ground. It's there for anybody to pick it up. It's Kildare who get it out to Jack Sheridan. He runs at the Roscommon defence. He's held up very well there by Johnny, the substitute, and it comes in, a chance of a goal, another one, played in the middle, and it's batted down by Johnny Byrne. He just couldn't get to it, and Enda Lawless plays it out to this side of the field, and maybe there was a goal on for the the original David Slattery probably could have gone for his own goal, but he was very unselfish to loft it into the middle, and Johnny Byrne just couldn't get the right connection to put it past David Slattery's into Lawless. So a let off for Roscommon once more, and we have a sideline coach just in front of the stand here, and we have the midfielder Ben McGahan sending it high, batted down there by Roinn Boran, out as far as Matthew Comerford, can't get it. Declan Flaherty has it on the edge of the D, gets it back towards Kevin Whelan, spins away brilliantly, gets it into the middle, looking for his Carl Dervin, cornerback. Conal Kennelly intercepts it. Kildare win it back on the ground, and that's the midfielder, Kevin Ahern. Kevin sends it in towards the right half forward position, well read there by Paul Dolan, gets it out to Pete Keelan. So Roscommon with a chance to build once more. He works it up towards Matthew Comerford. Matthew beaten there by Simon Lacey. Lacey gets it into the middle to Paul Dively. So Kildare enjoying possession. That's a short one and a chance here for Comerford. Can he punish Kildare? He just can't get up first time. Still Comerford. Crowded out by the Kildare men now, and Kildare get away with that mistake, and Simon Lacey, the player, tidying up there. For a moment, Matthew Comerford was in on goal, but he just couldn't get it up first time. The chance was gone. Here's Kildare at the other end with Shane Ryan. He's bursting through the middle. He's a meat in the sandwich. He's taken down. The referee says no foul. Roscommon turn over that possession, but Kildare sharp again on the breakdown. This is James Burke. Shifts it out to the far side to Kevin Ahern, just inside the 45. Shooting opportunity. Eyes up the target, sends it in, and he sends it over the bar, and that's another point for Kildare. And Kevin Ahern with his first score of the game, and that makes it now 1-6-2 Kildare. 3 points to Roscommon. Kildare that just a little bit sharper with the breaking ball to get onto it, and Roscommon with the substitute Donald Kelly. Donald plays it into the middle to Darren Fallon, his clubmate at Four Roads. Darren played in those under-21 games back in 2012-14. Slips it out to the side of the field. Well taken by Declan Flaherty. Very impressive in the opening stages. His puck is half blocked down. Kildare get it with Brian Byrne. Brian, he's being crowded out here. He needs to get rid of it. Referee lets it play on. Go to Simon Lacey. Nice ball in towards Johnny Byrne, but the Coyle Dublin won't get that ball. It's well won there by Darren Fallon. Out towards Pete Keelan, plays it in towards Carl Dolan. Now Carl out in front of his marker, but there's Roinn Boran. What a great piece of full-back play that was by the Nace man. He drives it in off his left in towards the goal mouth, and there is Shane Ryan, but he just couldn't control it at the vital time, and it goes out over the end line and wide. So another wide there for Kildare, and really it's Roscommon have struggled in the last 10 minutes. Kildare have got on top in the game. They've the upper hand. It's 1-6 now to Kildare, 3 points to Roscommon. Just 20 minutes gone in the first half at Hyde Park in this Allianz National Hurling League Division 3 2B game. 2B game rather than 3. It's Roscommon and Kildare in the home of Roscommon GA, Dr. Hyde Park in Roscommon town. This is Angus Lyons from just outside the 65-metre line. Sends it in high towards the goal mouth. Paddy McKenna's underneath it. He's tackled there by Matthew Comerford, but he gets it out to Lacey, Simon Lacey. Nice ball into the centre to Jack Sheridan rather. Jack Sheridan offloads it to Kevin Ahern. This is Kildare. Send it into the right full forward position. Looking for the man inside with the red helmet, and that is James Burke. James on the solo run has time, and he sends it to the right and wide. So James Burke can't add to his point tally already. Seventh wide in this game for Kildare. It's 1-6 to Kildare, 3 points to Roscommon. I make it 21 minutes gone in the first half in Dr. Hyde Park. It's Enda Lawless once more, playing under the parentage rule. Enda from the Meelick Air Court Club, same club as Shawnee Silk and Brendan Linsky of the Galway All-Ireland winning teams of the 1980s. So a foul there on Paul Dolan by David Slattery. It's going to be a free to Roscommon. Owen Costello isn't going to take it. He's going to leave it there for Darren Fallon to come over and take it. So Owen Costello and Paul Dolan, right half back and right full back for Roscommon respectively, the joint captains of Pádraig Pearses in 2020 that run the Roscommon Championship. To Darren Fallon plays it up towards Matthew Comerford, another of those Pádraig Pearses men with the red and white helmet, the red and white of Pádraig Pearses. He gets it out towards Ben McGahan. Roscommon can't get it, but they're still battling for possession, tussling on the ground. It's the Kildare men that come away with it. Kevin Ahern, fouled there by Cathal Kenny. It's going to be a free to the Nace man, Kevin Ahern. Brian Byrne is going to take it, and Roscommon have another bit of defending to do. This is Brian Byrne. He sends it in high, long. Underneath it, there's Darren Fallon. He bats it down very, very well. Very intelligent play out by Darren, out towards Pete Keelan. picks it up. The Treman man gets it up the side touchline, far side of the field. This is a ball coming in, and Conor Mulry shot as well, back down, but Simon Lacey comes away with the ball. Gets it to Jack Sheridan. Jack Sheridan going for his third of the game from way out the field. Jack Sheridan sends it in and high over the bar. A third point for Jack Sheridan. From way out the field, Jack Sheridan sends it over the bar. It's 1-7 now to Kildare. 3 points to Roscommon. Puck out taken quickly by Enda Lawless out to Paul Dolan. Paul slips into the middle. Conall Kennelly does well to hold on to possession. Conall offloads it to Carl Kenny now, the Orden man. Carl, nice pass inside to Ben McGahan. Ben on the march, looking for support. Intercepted by Johnny Byrne. Johnny sends it in quickly, looking for James Burke. James is underneath it. James catches it. He's on the 20-metre line. He offloads it to Slattery. Slattery, first time on the double, sends it into the back of the net. A brilliant goal there by David Slattery, his second of the game. And Johnny Byrne, the high ball in. James Burke again catches that ball in the air, offloads it to David Slattery. And what about that for a finish? David Herity has seen finishes like that in his playing days with the Black and Amber of Kilkenny, and now he's seen it with Kildare here in Hyde Park today. The ball played over to David Slattery, and on the double, slotted into the back of the net. No chance for Enda Lawless. It's 2-7 out to Kildare. 3 points to Roscommon. The referee, Kevin Brady, is going in to have a word with somebody. We'll just see what's going to happen here, but maybe he's going into the umpire. Something has happened, and he's talking to the goalkeeper. Is it the puck out taken outside the small square? Maybe that's the problem. And it's a throw ball on the 20-metre line. So it's rare enough that we see that referee pulling up the goalkeeper for encroaching outside the small square with the puck out, but it's going to be a throw in, and Kildare have it with Johnny. Johnny gets it to David. David slips it back out to Brian Byrne. That's Johnny Byrne and David Slattery. This is Brian Byrne now. Brian over the shoulder, sends it in and sends it over the bar. A point there for Brian Byrne, his first score of the game, and Kildare are now really on fire. 2-8 to Kildare, 3 points to Roscommon, and 24 minutes gone here in Hyde Park. That early promise shown by Roscommon has dissipated somewhat as Kildare have upped it a gear or two to get those 2 vital goals from Slattery. Points from Jack Sheridan as well. So Roscommon working it through the lines, trying to work it up the field, through the hands. Here comes Pete Keelan. Now he plays it long, looking for Matthew Comerford in the left full forward position, but he's going to lose that race. He wins possession back. Can he get into his grasp? He can't. It's Carl Dervin that wins it. So Carl gets it out to Paul Dively. Paul offloads it to Flaherty. Flaherty inside now to Ahern, Kevin Ahern, that is, just approaching the 45-metre line. Checks inside Carl Dolan and plays the ball out to space. And Kildare have it with the fullback, Rian Borian, all on his own. High ball into the centre, looking for Slattery. It batted away towards Johnny Byrne. Johnny, chance of a point for the Quaildove man, and he sends it over the bar. Johnny Byrne, his first score of the game. So Johnny of Quaildove made his inter-county debut in 2013 and formed a great half-back line for Kildare for many years. And the highlight of his hurling career was winning the Kildare Hurling Championship with Quaildove back in 2015. So he's opened his account for today, 3-4 the last day. He's on the target today. And Roscommon continue with Darren Fallon. Plays it long in towards the right full forward position. Underneath it there is Rian Borian showing a clean pair of heels to Carl Dolan. Carl can't get back, and it's Paul Dively now. And the Joe McTurnough Championship team really upping the pace in this game and the intensity as Carl Kenny battles a lone battle. He needs support. There's nobody with him. It's turned over. Kildare have it with Kevin Ahern. Kevin, good dogged work from Roscommon now. And that's Conor Mulry winning back the ball to his clubmate, Carl Dolan. So Carl, blocked down brilliantly there by Flaherty, who has been, by Carl Dervian rather. He's got a really, really good block. So Carl Dolan with the sideline cut. 2-9 now to Kildare, 3 points to Roscommon. We have 26 and a half minutes gone in the first half here at Hyde Park. It's arguably the score of the day so far by the Naas left full back, and he sends it over the bar, all from the quick puck out from the goalkeeper, and it's 2-10 now to Kildare, 3 points to Roscommon here in Dr. Hyde Park. And it's Enda Lawless has been the busier of the 2 goalkeepers. He's going to take this puck out. Enda has to be careful now, pulled up for going outside the small square. He's watched it this time, and well won there by Jason Kilkenny. Jason using all his power to win that ball, sends a high ball into the full forward and looking for Comerford. Comerford is beaten there by the maroon helmeted Carl Dervian. Carl Dervin to Brian Byrne, corner forward, way back in the backs. This is Paul Divley now. Paul sends it long up towards the left full forward, looking for Shane Ryan. Shane under a lot of pressure there from Darren Fallon. Still Shane Ryan on the ground, beaten by Owen Costello now. Roscommon trying to get it up. So Owen helped out there by his club mate Paul Dolan. So Paul foul, but the referee says play away. Gets it to Angus Lyons. Angus back inside. And Roscommon can clear their lines with Shane Nocton. Good ball up by Shane. Batted down by Dervian once more. Beats Conor Mulry. Gets it to Divley. Divley, the Confi man, plays a diagonal crossfield pass. Looking for Slattery, but he's beaten this time by Donald Kelly. So Roscommon with Donald Kelly. Poked there by Slattery. Still Kelly. Back to Nocton. Nocton slips from his grasp. Sheridan now. A chance of a third goal. Sheridan with the shot. And Sheridan with the goal. Jack Sheridan. His first goal of the game, but his 1-3 now for Jack Sheridan, and it all came from an error in the Roscommon defence. The ball just slipped from their grasp, and Sheridan capitalised, and this Kildare team is showing a ruthlessness that belies Division 2B status, and they're in the Joe McDonagh Cup, of course. What a well-oiled machine they are under David Herity. And the referee, Kevin Brady, is going out to talk to somebody on the sideline. And the County Loud referee is telling one of the mentors on the Roscommon side to keep quiet. So it was substitute for Kildare with number 26, Jerry Keegan. For Shane Ryan. So Jerry Keegan, Selbridge man, had been in Australia, had some injuries, but what a great talent Jerry Keegan is, and showed it in when he played in the All-Ireland Under-21B finals against Roscommon back in 2012 and again in 2014. Roscommon managed back then by Justin Campbell in 12, 14 by Seamus Coulter, and Kildare, Noel McMahon. Kildare Under-21Bs lost 2 finals in 12 and 13, lost to Roscommon and Kerry, but then they beat Roscommon in 2014 to land the All-Ireland Under-21B championship. So a lot of these players well acquainted with each other. So puck out by Enda Lawless, it's a short one, out towards Pete Keelan. So Pete sends it into the forward line, but it's easy there for Kevin Whelan. Whelan to Divley, takes it down, gets past Angus Lyons, plays it into the field, but well read there by Paul Dolan. Paul coming out with the ball. Software engineer in Galway, Paul Dolan is. Gets it to Ben McGahan, well blocked down by James Burke. Ben once more, the league man, gets it out towards the far side of the field to Jason Kilkenny. Jason with the shot. And Jason, his shot just tails to the right of Paddy McKenna's goal and wide. So that's the 6th wide for Roscommon. Puck out by McKenna. No let up in the Kildare play at all. They're playing at a very high tempo. This is ball in the middle of the field. Jason Kilkenny's battling for possession with Jerry Keegan. And Jerry Keegan gets it back to Declan Flaherty. Flaherty nudges it out to Keegan, his first real touch of the game. Selbridge man inside to Brian Byrne. Brian from way out the middle of the field has a go for goal, and that is over the bar. That's a brilliant score by Brian Byrne, his second of the game from a huge distance out. He sends it straight through the post, and that's now 3-11 to Kildare, 3 points to Roscommon. And I make it on my clock. We have 32 minutes gone in the first half, and Roscommon, they had a mountain to climb before the game, given the prowess of the Kildare team, and that has been borne out in this game so far. So Kildare really, really on top in this match, and Roscommon, to their credit, are battling gamely, and Kildare have possession with James Burke once more in the middle of the field to Kevin Ahern. Kevin Ahern from just inside the centre of the field. He hits it in high and he sends it over the bar, his second of the game. 2nd point for Kevin Ahern, the Nace man. That's now 3-12 to Kildare, 3 points to Roscommon. And another substitute coming in for Roscommon is Nace Connaughton is going to make his introduction, and he's going to come on for Angus Lyons. So Nace Connaughton, wearing number 24, is going to replace Angus Lyons on the Roscommon team. So Nace Connaughton from St Dominic's Club is a school teacher in Lecarrow, and again would have played against Kildare back in 2012 in the under-21s. And so Angus has been on the Roscommon senior football squad for the last couple of years, plays his club football with Fuerty, and So he's withdrawn by Johnny Kane just before half-time. 3-12 now to Kildare, 3 points to Roscommon, and Enda Lawless with the puck out. Looking for the height of Naas Connaughton out that side of the field, but it eludes him. It comes to the right half-back, Kevin Whelan. Kevin inside to Kevin Ahern. Ahern looking for the run of Keegan down the line. Keegan keeps it in play. He's got lovely sidestep there by Keegan to take it past his marker, and he goes from an acute angle and he sends it over the bar. What a lovely score there by Jerry Keegan, his first score of the game. And what about that for a sidestep to take it past the Roscommon cornerback Donald Kelly. So it's 3-13 now to Kildare, 3 points to Roscommon, and Kildare showing their class here. They'll be up against Westmeath and Carlow in the Joe McDonagh Cup later on in the summer, and this is Jack Sheridan taking it past Donald Kelly. He's brought down. It's going to be a free to Kildare on the 20-metre line. Taken quickly by Sheridan over the head of Keegan. Comes as far as Brian Byrne. Brian on the 45. Tackled by Naas Connaughton. Gets it inside looking for Burke. Comes as far as Slattery. Slattery gives it to Burke. Burke pins it out towards Keegan once more. Here comes the Selvage man with a shot. And he sends it high, and he makes no mistake over the bar. A second point for Jerry Keegan shortly after his introduction. And there'll be 3 minutes of stoppage time at the end of the first half. So 3:13 now to Kildare, 3 points to Roscommon. And Enda Lawless once more. So Roscommon. Enda Lawless landing it out towards Naas Connaughton. It's up goes Flaherty. A chop down. It's going to be a free to Roscommon. And referee penalising the Kildare men there for a chop. You could hear the clash of the ash from here in the commentary position, and rising from that, Roscommon have a free. Dead straight in front of the goals, and it's Cathal Dolan, the sharpshooter for Roscommon. 111 so far in the National League for Cathal, and Cathal eyes up the target, looks at the post. This is his normal routine and preamble. So here he comes, he lifts it, he strikes it off his right, and he sends it high, and he sends it over the bar. So a good score there by Cathal Dolan, his second of the game. He got the first score of the match, and puck out taken quickly once more. Out as far as Whelan. Whelan up towards Dervian. Dervian allows his corner forward Brian Byrne, roving commission Brian Byrne, to take on the ball to Johnny Byrne. Johnny turns on his left, but he took too many turns, and he's penalised. Owen Costello applying the pressure on Johnny Byrne. So Johnny, of course, played in that famous Newbridge or Nowhere game 3 years ago when Kildare put in a great performance in the footballers to qualify for the Super 8s, and had some great performances that year against Monaghan, Kerry and Galway. So Johnny Byrne, together with David Slattery, former Kildare football stalwarts, now doing their stuff with the hurling team, and huge additions to the David Herrity's team, as the free is taken there by Darren Fall, and it's a good high lobbing ball into the centre, but it's well won again by the Kildare men, and that's Ahern, Kevin Ahern, winning possession, and referee said it's a foul on the Kildare men, and it's going to be a free to Kildare on the 45-metre line. Paddy McKenna, Mount Everest for Roscommon, this tie coming in against a Kildare scoring machine, if you like, well-oiled and finely tuned machine under the watchful gaze and eye of Kilkenny hurling legend David Herrity. These guys are playing the game at a very high standard, and this is James Burke, one of those that epitomises that high skill set, high standard, high performance, sending it over the bar, and that's another point for James Burke. That's a point for Kildare. It's 4:15 now to Kildare, 3 points to Roscommon. There's the half-time whistle, 38 minutes gone, and the first 10 minutes were even Stevens. It was 3 points apiece. Roscommon really put it up to Kildare in those opening stages with points from Cathal Kenny, Cathal Dolan and Ben McGahan. Paul Dively got the first 2 scores for Kildare, and then Jack Sheridan opened up with 2 points, and then David Slattery got the opening goal, and really after that Kildare got total supremacy in the match. David Slattery had an effort saved by the goalkeeper, but he made no mistake the second time around with latching on to a puck out from Declan, from Paddy McKenna to Declan Flaherty. Declan Flaherty landed it in on the 20-metre line. It was run in there by Johnny Byrne, but it's won in there by David Slattery, and David rounded his marker to place it at the left of the goalkeeper. And then the second goal came from a high ball in. It was won by James Burke. He offloaded it to David Slattery, and the old-fashioned doubled first time on it past the advancing Enda Lawless to make it a second goal for Kildare. Then the Roscommon did get a point back with the Kildare free, but it's a really big struggle here for the Roscommon team against the Kildare team operating at a higher level, and it's showing on the scoreboard and in the performance. So at half time, it's Kildare 4 goals and 15 points, Roscommon 3 points, and we'll be back for second half coverage after the break. Second. So welcome back to Dr. Hyde Park in Roscommon for the second half coverage of this National Hurling League Division 2B clash between Roscommon and Kildare. It's Kildare leading 3-15 to 4 points at the break. There are 3 changes on the Kildare team. They made one during the first half. Jerry Keegan replaced Shane and Ryan. But Tyke Burke, Cathal Dowling and Paddy McKenna. Paddy McKenna comes off, Mark Doyle goes into goals. Tyke Burke comes on. Tyke Ford rather comes on. And Conor Dowling comes on for James Burke as well. So there's 3 changes on the Kildare team. We'll notify you of the switches on the Roscommon team in a moment if there are any. And we'll just ready for the referee to recommence action here at Hyde Park. Comprehensive display by Kildare in the first half as Roscommon goalkeeper Enda Lawless makes his way down to the hospital end goals. Enda wearing the red helmet, and we'll just keep an eye out for changes on the Roscommon team. I know Naas Connaughton came on in the first half, as did Donald Kelly. So Kevin Brady, referee, is primed to throw in the ball in the middle. It's in, and here we have action once more in this Division 2B game. Scrum in the middle of the field. Who's going to emerge? Is anybody? Is the referee going to call it stalemate? Scramble for possession on the ground. In there is Pete Keelan, and Roscommon have it with Ben McGahan. And Ben kicks it high up towards the centre half forward position. And Kildare have it with their left half back, Sean Christensen. And he gets there ahead of Cathal Kenny. So Sean Christensen bats it into the middle towards Jack Sheridan. Got that 1 goal and 3 points in the first half. Jack Sheridan turns and he sends it in, and he sends it to the left and wide. So a wide for Kildare from Jack Sheridan, the Naas man in prolific form in the first half, with excellent sideline cut being the highlight of his first half display. So Enda Lawless with the puck out. He's got Donald Dean Kelly. And Roscommon come with the ball the far side of the field. It's Naas Connaughton offloads it to Cathal Dolan. Cathal Dolan racing forward, hooked brilliantly there by Roinn Boran. Still Cathal Dolan. He's recycling possession out towards Conor Mullery, his forwards clubmate. Pucks it in off his right hand side, off the upright, and there's nobody there in the yellow shirt to capitalise, and Declan Flaherty gets the ball out towards this side of the field. 1.5 minutes gone in the second half. It's Cian Ford is in on the Kildare team. This is Jerry Keegan. Jerry Keegan held up by Pete Killen. Gets it back down towards Christensen. Christensen with the high, long puck in and over. What a great score by Sean Christensen. His first score of the game. And that extends the Kildare lead now out to 3-16 to 4 points. Sean Christensen of Naas, the man who has delivered that point for David Harris's team. So just a recap on the substitutions. It's Cian Ford of Maynooth is in for Cathal Dervian on the Kildare team. Conor Dowling is in for James Burke in the half forward position. And the danger here as Roscommon lose possession in the road full back line, and there's a foul there on Paul Dolan. And of course the other substitute is Mark Doyle, replacing his clubmate Paddy McKenna in the Kildare goal. So Paul Dolan win the free. It's 3-16 to Kildare, 4 points to Roscommon. We have 2.5 minutes played in the second half here at Hyde Park, and it's going to be a sideline cut out the far side of the field for the Kildare men. So you think of Kildare and Roscommon, the late great Dermot Earley comes to mind, and almost 40 years ago this year, Dermot Earley Senior played for Sarsfields in the county final for Kildare on the 13th of September 1981, in which they lost to Raheen's, and then he got a helicopter to come down to Roscommon on the same Sunday evening to play for Roscommon in the Gael Lynn Cup final against Galway in front of 4,000 people. And unfortunately for Dermot and for Roscommon and Sarsfields, Dermot lost both of those finals. But here we have 2021, and it's Kildare in the ascendancy against Roscommon. And the ball is played up towards the forward line, and out for it is Donald Kelly. He bats it out over the sideline. David Slattery is the player who was in close attention. So Declan Flaherty is coming off, and Colm Chan is on. So Colm Chan replaces Declan Flaherty. So Declan Flaherty, very impressive performer for Kildare in this match today. Some of his clearances, one of the clearances set up the goal. It was a long clearance caught by James Burke. James offloaded it to David Slattery, and he doubled on the ball first time to the back of the Roscommon end. What a cut there from Jack Sheridan, but he can't replicate his sideline cut score of the first half. So the score remains Kildare 3-16, Roscommon 4 points. 4 minutes gone in the second half at Hyde Park. Enda Lawless with the puck out, plays it out towards the far side of the field. Underneath it there is Colm Chan. And the ball goes to ground. Scramble on the ground. Carl Kenny is in there. He's scrambling for possession, as is Brian Byrne. He kicks it back to Roinn Bourne. Roinn Bourne picks it up first time, showing great first touch. Back to Kevin Whelan into this corner. Naas Connaughton can't get it. Slattery is there first, but it eludes him. But Slattery wins it back past Darren Fallon. Darren then picks his pocket. So Slattery trying to pick it up. Jerry Keegan rather, as being fouled, and there's a bit of afters. Tempers being frayed here in Hyde Park. In there is Kevin Ahern, and referee Kevin Brady is going to have a word with maybe Darren Fallon. Frustration seeping in the Roscommon team, and Darren Fallon, the player who's going to be booked by Kevin Brady. Jerry Keegan is the player who's receiving attention on the end line, and we'll see now what materialises. It's surely just a yellow card for Darren Fallon. We'll see in a moment, but it stays a yellow card for Darren Fallon, and it stays 15 against 15. So the referee awards the free in to Kildare, and Jack Sheridan is the player that's going to stand over this. So Jack Sheridan, a goal and 3 points to his credit already today. Wearing number 14 from Naas, one of 8 Naas players on this Kildare team. And Jack Sheridan, dead straight in front of the goals. Roscommon lined the goals. I'm sure he'll just tap this routine free over the bar, as it's an overwhelming lead now for Kildare. They've 21 points in the ascendancy. And Jack Sheridan, what's he going to do? Has he goal on his mind? Is he eyeing up a goal? We'll just see in a moment. And he's approaching the ball, lifts it now, and he strikes it, and he gets a goal. So Jack Sheridan puts it at the back of the net, and a second goal for the Naas man. And Roscommon, the lead now goes out to 24 points, so a very disappointing scoreline, but the gulfing class is just too much here. It's Jason Kilkenny beaten there by Sean Christensen. Sean Christensen gets it inside to Sheridan once more. Sheridan strikes for goal, and he strikes to the right and wide. So another wide for Kildare. We make it now 10 wides to Kildare in the match in total. Enda Lawless with the puck out towards Pete Keelan. Pete takes it first time, steps aside his marker. He slips it into the rightful forward position, looking for the run of Carl Kenny. Carl is going to be beaten by Simon Lacey to the chase. Lacey picks it up first time. Very tidy defending by the left full back. Gets it out to Dively. Dively with the puck high in towards the goal mouth. Well taken by the goalkeeper. Enda Lawless gets it nicely out to middle to Ben McGahan. Picks it up first time. The tempo has dropped here in Hyde Park in terms of intensity, as Roscommon build from the back once more with Donald Kelly. Donald pucks it in towards Matthew Comerford. Matthew goes to ground, can't get it, and he's back on his feet. He's challenging for possession there with Cian Ford. So Cian comes out with the ball. So nice one-handed hit of the ball out towards Brian Byrne. Brian, a roving commissioner here for Kildare today, out around the middle and playing in the back line as he sends that in to the left, and he sends it wide. So third wide for Kildare in the second half as Roscommon introduce Cormac Coyle. So Cormac Coyle for Darren Fallon. So Cormac Coyle is in for Darren Fallon. So Cormac Coyle of Four Roads replaces his Four Roads clubmate Darren Fallon, and Johnny Kane maybe has taken the decision that Darren Fallon is already on a yellow card and to take him off. Maybe there is great wisdom in that decision. You see it so often where managers take off a player on a yellow card. So it's Kildare once more. It's Kevin Ahern building from the 65-metre line. He sends it in high. He's going for the target, and that's tailing to the left, and it tails wide. So Kevin Ahern, the player who missed on that occasion, but he's already scored 2 points, as Kildare have their number 23 ready and primed to come in. That's Tyg Ford of Maynooth, wearing the red helmet. So Tyg Ford will make his entrance momentarily. And Kildare once more. Jack Sheridan with the shot, and Jack sends it over the bar. So Jack really on fire here today. That's 2 goals and 4 points for the Naas full forward. So it's now 4-16 to Kildare, 4 points to Roscommon. And we see down there that Jerry Keegan has come off the Kildare team. He seems to be nursing an injury. And there's going to be a sub in a moment with Tyg Ford, as Roscommon come in the attack with Owen Costello, the far side of the field. Gets it out to Paul Dolan, his clubmate. Paul sends it in well and sends it in over the bar. What a great score by Paul Dolan from Pádraig Pearce's, getting the pass from his clubmate Owen Costello, and he sends it high and over the bar. Probably the score of the game for Roscommon. So Paul Dolan with a tremendous point from way out on the sideline, and it's Kildare now with possession. Far side of the field, Conor Dowling. Conor sends it in towards Sheridan. Sheridan goes up for it. It breaks away from himself and Coyle, but he gets the break of the ball once more. Still Sheridan. Turns on his left. Can't get any great traction in the shot. And Stonal Kelly with the ball gets it out towards Cathal Kenny. So Cathal slips inside Conor Dowling, gets it to Paul Dolan, scorer of Roscommon's last point. Good solo run there by Paul Dolan. Pursued there by Conor Dowling, pushed in the back. It's going to be a free to the Roscommon men. Just inside the Kildare 65-metre line. Owen Costello leaves it to Cathal Dolan. So Cathal has a chance now to hit his 3rd point of the game. It's well within Cahill's range. And Cathal is eyeing up the target. He's, as the referee allows Jerry Keegan to leave the field of play, and in comes Tyg Ford. Tyg Ford of Maynooth. So Tyg Ford is on the field of play. And this is Cathal Dolan now with the chance to hit his 3rd point of the game. Here comes Cathal. Lifts it, strikes it. It's a fine shot by Cathal. And Cathal does brilliantly there to put it straight between the posts. A great score by Cathal Dolan. The umpires raise the flag. And it's a 3rd point of the game for Cathal Dolan. And Kildare have possession of the ball from that puck out. Dowling sends it in high, looking for Sheridan. Underneath it is Cormac Coyle with Sheridan. Ball breaks outside. Still the attack is in motion for Kildare with Kevin Ahern. Nice ball slipped into the middle to the substitute. Off the crossbar, would you believe it? Tyg Ford hit the bar, and Roscommon can live again. Here we come with Cathal Kenny. And Roscommon got a let off there with that shot by Tyg Ford off the crossbar, and Roscommon come on the attack. This is Conor Mulry fighting hard for Roscommon. Gets it out to Ben McGahan. This is Ben. Offloads it to Cathal Dolan. Cathal checks inside, past Simon Lacey. Cathal needs support. Has it in the shape of Naas Connaughton with the sky blue helmet. Naas dinked pass over towards Owen Costello. So Owen sends it up the sideline towards his clubmate Matthew Comerford. Kilkenny descent is Matthew Comerford, famous Kilkenny name, in towards the goal mouth. The goalkeeper Mark Doyle is underneath it. He's fouled by Jason Kilkenny, and it's going to be Kildare free just outside the 20-metre line. And Mark Doyle takes it first time out towards Paul Dively. The Confi man drives it in long, and Paul sends it harmlessly out over the end line and wide. So score remains 6 points to Roscommon, 4-17 to Kildare. That's Kildare's 13th wide of the game. So Kevin Ahern is off, and Jack Travers is on the Kildare team. So Jack Travers, wearing number 20. Ball breaks out towards the right half back, Kevin Whelan. Kevin Whelan gets it into the centre to Paul Dively. Paul takes it the second attempt. He sends it in off his left side. It's a high, long ball in, and that's all the way over the bar. What a score there by Paul Dively. His 3rd of the game, and the 3 of them are exquisite shots from distance. and Paul Dively showing all his class, the Confi man, to make it 4-17 now to Kildare. 6 points to Roscommon. Puck out towards Pete Keelan. 4-18 to 6 points. Ball played up towards the full forward line towards Conor Mulry. He's beaten there by Kevin Ahern. Kevin Ahern to the substitute now. Jack Travers. Travers to Dively. Dively with the long delivery. Cormac Coyle is underneath it there. Cormac comes out well with the ball, gets it to Naas Connaughton. Naas can't get it first time. He does the second time of asking to Cathal Dolan, playing very deep for Roscommon, their main target man. Gets it to Cathal Kenny. So Cathal sends a high, long dropping ball into the left corner forward position towards Conor Mulry. Conor wins the ball past Rian Bowen. Still Conor Mulry. His Hurley is grabbed. The referee sees nothing wrong with that. And Jack Travers, wearing the blue helmet, the substitute, comes out with the ball. Tackled there by Matthew Comerford. Still Jack Travers. And Travers goes to ground under heavy challenge. And the league slip man wins his free. So we have 14 and a half minutes gone in the second half. Kildare in the ascendancy as Paul Dively strikes for goal once more. And he sends it over the bar. What class scoring by Paul Dively. And it's his fourth of the game. 2 in the first half, 2 in the second half. And Roscommon 4-19 to 6 points behind here at Hyde Park as Roscommon introduce a substitute. Michael Brennan. Dara Heavey is on for Roscommon in place of Cathal Kenny. Slattery, David Slattery, that is, taking on his marker to Johnny Byrne. Johnny breaking his way through, back to Slattery. Slattery outside to Brian Byrne now. Brian needs to recycle possession under pressure from Conal Kennelly. He gets it out towards the substitute, and that's Colm Chan. But Roscommon win it, sends it up towards Michael Brennan. Michael turning his man, and Michael wins his free. So very positive play there by the substitute Michael Brennan of Treman, taking on Rian Bourne and winning the foul, and a scoreable chance here for Roscommon. Michael Brennan, Treman, Roscommon champions for the last time back in 1995, and of course they won the Connacht Club Championship back in 1976, which was a massive achievement at that stage or any time for a Roscommon club to win the Connacht Senior Club Championship. And Treman won the Connacht Club Championship back in 1976, and Four Roads won it in 1988. Four Roads beat Abbey-Knockmoy, Michael Coleman's team. So here we come with Cathal Dolan, chance of a point from a free, and he slots that between the posts. 7 points now for Roscommon, and 4 points for Cathal Dolan. And we have almost 17 minutes played in the second half. We'll be coming towards the water break in a moment, and the referee is blowing for the water break as the players come out towards the sideline, and we'll stop the watch at 17 minutes on the clock. So 4-19 to Kildare, and Roscommon now have a tally of 7 points. So it's been one-way traffic really in this match, and the gulf in class between the two teams is very marked. Kildare, who will play against Westmeath and Carlow later on in the Joe McDonagh Cup, which is just one tier below the Liam McCarthy. That's what they're contesting. And Roscommon in the Christy Ring Cup. Last year they beat Sligo, they lost to Wicklow. But Offaly are down there in the Christy Ring Cup as well. The great Offaly teams of 81 when they won the All-Ireland for the first time 40 years ago, beating Galway by 3 points. The big comeback in the second half by Offaly from way behind, 14 points to 1-5, and then just bit by bit came back into the game with, inspired by Paddy Delaney in centre half back, and Joachim Kelly, Pádraig Horton, and then that great goal by Johnny Flaherty, throwing the ball over his shoulder past Michael Keneally for the goal that really won the All-Ireland for Offaly 40 years ago this year. Offaly were All-Ireland senior hurling champions, and this year they're in the Christy Ring Cup, and I'm sure Offaly will be looking to get back up to Joe McDonagh and to Liam McCarthy, and I'm sure David Herity will be looking at the Joe McDonagh and seeing that it's a challenge for this team to see how they fare out against Westmeaths and Carlows, and the way they're playing, who would bet against them, causing a few upsets in the Joe McDonagh Cup. Kildare are a well-drilled, well-oiled machine, great physical strength, great first touch, and showing their prowess here today in Hyde Park. beat Armagh on both occasions. So Owen Coyle is on for Jason Kilkenny as Roscommon have possession with Shane Nocton. Shane gets it out to the substitute for Roscommon, and that's Dara Heavey, but Kildare win it back, and Johnny, substitute Ford, Tyke Ford, who hit the bar, can't get his pass away. That's down to the persistence and tenacity of Pete Keelahan, and Pete's hand pass doesn't reach his target, and Kildare can go once more, but well intercepted there by Conall Kennelly, but he gives it straight back to Johnny Byrne, and Johnny eyes up the target, and Johnny sends it to the left, and he sends it wide. So wide for Johnny Byrne. Johnny, 1 point to his credit today. He got 3-4 the last day, as I mentioned earlier, and what a great stalwart he has been for Kyle Dove, Alan Wood, Kildare Hurling, and for Kildare football over the years. Johnny Byrne at centre half forward. So into Lawless with the puck out towards the far side. It's Owen Coyle looking for it, but he can't get it. Owen Costello goes to ground. The scramble for possession, but Tyke Ford has it now. Gets it into his substitute, Jack Travers. Travers is hooked, and Roscommon have it with Ben McGahan, but his shot just goes out over the sideline. It's going to be a sideline cut to the Kildare men. 19 minutes gone in the second half here at Hyde Park in the glorious sunshine. Here comes Kevin Whelan with a long ball. It's more with Davis Slattery. Can't get it first time. It's well won in there by the Roscommon substitute. That's Dara Heavey. Played out towards Cahill Dolan. Cahill offloads it brilliantly to Owen Costello. Owen taking on Sean Christensen. He's shoved out over the sideline. It's going to be a sideline cut to Roscommon. And Owen Costello winning the sideline ball for Roscommon. So going over to take it is Ben McGahan, and Ben has got a great sideline cut in his locker. A great artist of the dead ball from the sideline cut, as is Jack Sheridan. So Ben McGahan, he can really hit them. Here he comes. Didn't quite catch hold of that. And Kildare win the ball back with Sean Christensen. Michael Brennan as well, foraging for possession, gets to Dively. Dively to Simon Lacey. Lacey with the yellow helmet gets it inside to Tyke Ford. Tyke offloads it quickly. Kildare really moving now, moving the ball quickly in towards Davis Slattery. Good offload, good interplay, link up play and combination play to Brian Byrne. Brian gets past the Roscommon men. Still Brian Byrne buried down a goal. Good hook there by the Roscommon defender, and that was Donald Kelly. They got a vital touch to take it away from Brian Byrne, and Roscommon are able to work it up the field with Conall Kennelly now. Conall of St. Dominic's, crowded up by 3 men. Gets to the Cahill Dolan. Cahill taking on his marker. Good play by Cahill. He's in open territory now. Still Cahill Dolan. Chance of a score, and Cahill sends it in, and he sends it just to the left and wide. It looked from here that it was over the bar, but it's tailed right and wide. A 7th wide for Roscommon in the match, and Kildare have possession with Kevin Whelan. Kevin checks inside off his left hand side. He plays it cross field, diagonal pass, but there's only Ben McCann there for Roscommon. So Ben on the 45 drills it upfield, looking for the run of Matthew Comerford. He wins it first time this time. Then he drops it, unfortunately for him. He's crowded out by a combination of Roinn Boren and Paul Dively, but the ball has gone off a Kildare man out over the sideline. It's going to be a sideline cut to Roscommon, and Paul Dolan is the player that'll take it. So Paul Dolan has already scored a great point in this game, has Barry Pearce's man. So here comes Ben McGahan, rather. Ben sends it in towards the square. Dropped by the goalkeeper, and he gets it at the second bite of the cherry. The goalkeeper, that's Mark Doyle. He gets it out to Cian Ford. So Cian Ford on a solo run. Coming to meet him now is Pete Keelan. He offloads it here to the substitute, and that's Conor Dowling. Conor strikes for the target, and he strikes it in, and he strikes it to the right and wide. So another wide there for Conor Dowling. Well, a wide for Conor Dowling and a wide for Kildare. And Roscommon get on with the play quickly, and a shot comes in, and a shot goes to the right and wide over there by Shane Nocton. So Kevin Whelan takes the puck out from Mark Doyle. Pace the game down to a pedestrian level now in Hyde Park as both managers empty the bench. A line ball for Roscommon. line ball for Roscommon. As Roscommon scorers in this game have been Paul Dolan a point, Carl Kenny a point. Carl Dolan has got 5 and Ben McGahan has got 1. So 8 points to Roscommon, 4-19 to Kildare. And I make it that we have 25 minutes almost played in the second half here at Hyde Park. Matthew Comfort wins this one against Lacey, but it's clipped away from him to Michael Brennan. Michael with the red helmet goes to ground under pressure from Whelan. Back out to Ben McGahan over his shoulder. That's a good looking shot by Ben McGahan. That's a tremendous score by Ben McGahan. Really, really good score to make it 9 points now to Roscommon. Puck out taken quickly, too quickly for the referee's liking again. And this is Mark Doyle to puck it out from the edge of the square. 4-19 to Kildare, 9 points to Roscommon. Doyle pucks it out toward Dowling. Dowling wins the first time. Costello applies pressure. Dowling has a shot, and Dowling sends it over the bar. Conor Dowling sends it over the bar. The ace man gets his point. And Roscommon with possession with Pete Keelan. Pete plays it up the left-hand sideline, looking for Conal Kennelly to chase after it, but Simon Lacey is there. Simon has been everywhere in this match, has had a tremendous game for Kildare, Simon Lacey. This is Owen Coyle now of that league. Owen barging his way through, burst through the tackle. Still Owen Coyle has a player off his shoulder, Keelan, and Pete Keelan slots that beautifully over the bar, just as he deserves. A player of Pete Keelan's calibre deserved the score, and Pete has got his reward. A great score there by the Tremaine man, left half back for Roscommon, and he sent that over the bar. So the ball played out towards stand side of the field. This is Conor Dowling once more. Plays it in field looking for Tig Ford. Tig with the bright red helmet is fouled by Owen Coyle. A chop down. The referee Kevin Brady calling that league man towards him. It's going to be a yellow card for that chop. And Tig Ford, very unlucky in his effort to hit the crossbar just after half time, as Owen Coyle joins Darren Fallon in the book. So it's a free for Kildare. And this is Brian Byrne to take it. Brian Byrne to take it just outside the 45-metre line. It's 4:20 to 10 points here at Hyde Park. And it's Brian Byrne eyeing up the target. He's already got 2 in the game so far. So this is Brian just outside the 45. Lifts it, strikes it, and he sends it wide. So Brian Byrne, another wide for Kildare. That's, I make it 16 wides for Kildare in the match. And something for David Herity to work on with his team from this game. Puck out well taken by Naas Connaughton, dropped, and Jack Travers has it. Jack sends it quickly in towards Slattery. He's on a hat trick. Slattery can't get it first time, slips in the middle, looking for the run of Johnny Byrne, and he can't get it to Johnny, as Roscommon bring it clear with Dara Heavey out to Owen Costello. Owen sends it up towards Carl Dolan, who's in space, racing out for it is Kevin Whelan. Well won by Carl Dolan. Sends a lovely ball in towards Comerford. Batted down by Bourne. Bourne as far as Christensen. And Christensen gets it out once more to the far side. And now it's Bourne. Finds a man in space. And that's Brian Byrne. Brian looks up, checks inside his marker. Gets it back. And Kildare with lots of time to play here. It's another substitute. That's Cian Ford. Jack Travers. Jack sends it in towards the full forward line, but well read there by Shane Nocton. Shane to his clubmate Owen Costello. Owen hand passes it out to Ben McGahan. Well picked up there by Cathal Dolan in front of his marker. So Cathal has done well in this game. And just looking at the Kildare County Final coming up in later in the summer, it'll be between Naas and Confey. And Naas have won the championship in 2019 for the last time. 6 championships to them. Maynooth have 6, as the free is sent in and it's sent to the right and it's sent wide. So puck out taken quickly by Mark Doyle. Driven upfield towards David Slattery. Good first touch by Slattery to control it. Taking on his marker, Donald Kelly. Sends it across the face of goal, looking for Dowling. Good play by goalkeeper Lawless. Dowling gets it at the second time of asking. He sends it in, and he sends that to the left, and he sends it wide. So score remains 4-20 to Kildare, 10 points to Roscommon. And we make it that there's 30 minutes played in this game so far. We'll see what the referee will add on for stoppages. And puck out taken by the Roscommon men here. It's Shane Nocton under pressure. This is Kildare with a chance to extend the lead. It's sent in, and it's sent over the bar by Jack Travers. So Jack Travers gets his first score of the game. The league slap man in as a substitute opens his account here in Hyde Park. 4:21 now to Kildare, 10 points to Roscommon as we come into the final moments of this match. Division 2B game. Kildare on a roll, really. This is their third victory in a row after beating Donegal and Derry. Roscommon, this is their third defeat after losing out narrowly to Donegal and Mayo for 3 weeks ago. So Kildare with Slattery. He's determined to get his third goal. This is still Slattery. Bats it in, and he bats it to the left and wide. He know that was an opportunity. Slattery had goal on his mind. He batted it in, and it went to the left of the post and wide. So it stays 4:21 now to Kildare, 10 points to Roscommon. And David Slattery's on his hunkers, and he'll be asking himself how he didn't hit the target there. That was a great chance for David Slattery. He's been in great form today. He was denied by the goalkeeper once in the first half, but then he hit two great goals. One where he slipped the ball to the left of the goalkeeper, and the other one he just doubled on a ball mid-air and sent it past into Lawless. So David Slattery for Kildare. So it's now Cathal Dolan fighting a great battle for Roscommon as well. It's Cathal Dolan today. Kicks it forward. Sends it towards Pete Keelahan. Another great stalwart for Roscommon today. This is key. Pete deserves a second point. Unselfish play by Pete to Ben McGahan. Shot by him, but the goalkeeper is behind it all the way. So Ben McGahan unlucky as Kildare break forward with Jack Travers. His touch takes it back to him from Conal Kennelly's pressure. Still Jack Travers. Good shoulder coming in there. And from Paul Dolan. This is Cathal Dolan. Cathal Dolan offloads it to Michael Brennan. Michael has been very impressive. Michael goes for a score off his left-hand side, and he sends it just to the left of and wide. So Michael Brennan, unlucky there. So a big hit went in there by Paul Dolan, and it was a fair shoulder as again Mark Doyle sends it long. Slattery way out in the corner, recycles it back out the field to Sheridan. Sheridan angles it in and angles it over the bar. So Jack Sheridan has got his 5th point of the game. 2-5 for Jack Sheridan today. And he's really in flying form. Is the Naas full forward. Most of the damage coming in the first half. So it's 4:22 to 10 points in favour of Kildare. And we've just we puck out there by the goalkeeper. It's lost by Owen Costello. Underneath it there is Brian Byrne, but won by Naas Connaughton. He offloads it to Matthew Comerford. Comerford sends it in to the full forward line. It's a lone Roscommon attacker there against Rian Borean. It's Ben McGahan challenging on his own, but Rian Bourne wins it well, and Kildare send it up towards Slattery once more. The Confi man. Slattery chips it back inside, and Roscommon have possession with Shane Nocton, who has battled gamely for Roscommon as well. To Pádraig Pearce, the centre half back, sends it up looking for Matthew Comerford. This is Comerford in possession, sends it here, offloads it well, and Roscommon mixed communication between Pete Keelahan and Dara Heavey, and the ball is sent back in, and it's sent over the bar by Paul Dively. It's his 5th of the game, and that makes it now 4:23 to Kildare, 10 points to Roscommon, and we're approaching the final moments of this game here in Hyde Park. It's a comprehensive victory for Kildare, if ever there was a comprehensive victory. And Owen Coyle has possession, gets it to Comerford. Comerford bats it out towards Ben McGahan. Ben on the 45, turns around in towards Cathal Dolan. Cathal can't get the ball into his grasp. Paul Dively slips it up, and Kildare, with Sean Christensen, delivers it towards Slattery again. So they're really targeting Slattery in this second half, and he's outnumbered there by the Roscommon men, and Paul Dolan comes out with the ball for Roscommon. Paul gets it to his clubmate, Owen Costello. Owen slips his marker, Gets it in towards Ben McGahan. Ben lets it run past him. Ryan Bourne is going down for it. So Ryan Bourne gets it out nicely to his clubmate there, Kevin Whelan. Kevin Whelan plays it into the centre. And Chan down towards Ford. Tyke Ford. On the end line. Gets it back out towards Johnny Byrne. Dara Heavey underneath it now for Roscommon, number 22. So Conor Dowling is there as well, as is posse of players. Pete Keelahan, referee, has been very patient with these rooks. He's allowed them to develop and allowed somebody to emerge with them, and it emerged on the Roscommon side there for Owen Coyle towards Matthew Comerford, wins the ball well. Roscommon in possession. Cathal Dolan breaking past his marker. That's Simon Lacey. He's crowded out there by a combination of Jack Sheridan and Colin Chan, and Slattery eyes up the target. Slattery with a chance of a score, and Slattery sends it over the bar. So Slattery makes it now 2 goals and a point for his personal tally. We'll have 2 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this game. It's 4:24 now to Kildare, 10 points to Roscommon. So Kildare have continued their trend of racking up massive scores in the National League this year. 4:29 against Donegal, 5:17 against Derry, and now it's 4:24 against Roscommon, and we've got 2 minutes of stoppage time to play here in Hyde Park. We're in injury time. This is Paul Dolan, 1 point for him already in the game. Cuts into the centre to Conall Kennelly. Conall off his left-hand side, sends it to the right of the post and wide. And I make that now 8 wides for Roscommon in the game. And Kildare have hit 18 wides. So Kildare with possession the last few minutes with substitute. Cian Ford sends it downfield. It's Owen Coyle wins it for Roscommon. Owen is running into traffic. It looks like he was checked, but the referee said that's okay. Brian Byrne goes for a score from distance, and he sends it over the bar. Monster score there from Brian Byrne, his third of the match, to make it 4:25 now to 10 points. And Brian Byrne, the captain of Kildare in their last 2 Christy Ring Cup